Hey everyone, welcome to part 16 of the Pokemon game series in Unity. So in the previous video, we looked at how to create a party screen in which we show all the Pokemons in our party. So in this video, we will look at how to switch Pokemon when we select a new one in the party screen. A special thanks to all my Patreons for supporting me in this journey. So by becoming a Patreon, you can support me in the making of the series and you'll get some cool rewards like access to the complete project files. So with that, let's start the video. Okay, so first of all, in party screen, we should allow the user to select one of the members, just like we select moves and actions. So in our battle system script, first we need to add a new state for the party screen. Okay, I'll call it party screen. And let's set that state in the open party screen function. Okay, and in the handle update function, if the state is equal to party screen, then we need to call a new function called handle party screen selection. So I'll just create it just below the move selection. I'll call it handle party selection. And I'll call it when the state is party screen. So the selection logic of the party members is going to be just like the logic for the move selection. So first we need a new variable called current member, which will store our current selection. So, and let me just copy paste the selection logic of the move selection. And instead of updating the current move, we should update the current member. So I'll just use Control Alt and click to add multiple cursors and rename all of this to current member. And we should actually be limiting the value of current member between 0 and the number of Pokemons in the player party -1. So instead of the move count, I'll say player party dot Pokemons dot count -1. Okay, so now we are done with the logic of the selection, but we need to update that in the UI. So for that, we have to make a function like this one that we made for the move selection. So inside the party screen script, I'll create a public function called update member selection. And this function will take the index of the selected member. So in this function, first we need to loop through all the Pokemons. So first I need to cache the list of Pokemons in my party. And in the set party data, I'll just assign it. And in the update member selection, we loop through all the Pokemons. So I want to loop until I is less than Pokemons.count. And if I is equal to the selected member, then we just need to highlight the name of the member in the UI. So in my party member UI script, I'll create a public function which can be used to highlight a member. So I'll call this set selected, and I'll take a bool to specify whether I should select it or deselect it. And I'll just create a variable to store the highlighted color. So if selected, then we'll change the color of the name text. to the highlighted color, and otherwise I'll just change it back to black, which is the default color. Okay, so let's call this function inside our party screen. So if I is equal to selected member, then we'll set the member slot at that index as selected. Okay, and otherwise I'll just say set selected false in order to deselect it. And finally, let's just call this function inside our handle party selection. And I'll just pass my current member. Okay, let's just test this out. So I'll go back to Unity, and we need to set the highlighted color from the inspector. So I'll go inside my party member prefab and change the highlighted color to something like blue. And also change the alpha to 255. Otherwise it's not going to be visible. So I'll just go back out of the prefab, and all the instance of it should have the highlighted color set. So let's just disable the party screen and also disable our battle system, and let's test the game. Let me just start a battle real quick. So if we go to our party screen, you can see that I can select between the two members that I have in my party. So next, when we select a new party member, we should call back our current Pokemon and send out our selected Pokemon. So inside our handle party selection, if Z key is pressed, first I'll grab a reference to the selected member. And before switching our current Pokemon with the selected member, we need to check for some conditions. So our selected member should not be a fainted Pokemon, right? So I'll say selected member dot HP less than or equal to 0. Then we should not allow to switch. So I'll just return. And I also want to show a message in our message text. So yeah, we have a message text inside our party screen. So let's create a public function through which we can set its text. So I'll name the function set message text, and it will take a string called message, and I'll just set message text dot text equal to message. So now in the handle party selection, if the player selects a fainted Pokemon, I'll set a message like you can't send out a fainted Pokemon. So next I need to check if the selected member is same as the current Pokemon. So in this case, we'll set a message like you can't switch with the same Pokemon, and we'll just return. So now if the player actually selected a valid Pokemon, then we need to switch it with the current one. So I'll create a coroutine called switch Pokemon, and it will take the Pokemon to which we should switch in the parameter. So in here, first we need to call back our current Pokemon. So I'll set the dialog to something like come back and the name of the current Pokemon. And then I'll just play the faint animation on the current Pokemon. So you can actually create a new animation for returning a Pokemon, but I'll just use the faint animation for now. And then we'll just wait for 2 seconds in order for our animation to complete. Okay, so we call back our current Pokemon, and next we need to send out our new Pokemon. So we already have written the code to send out the next Pokemon when the current Pokemon faints. So let's copy that code. So this is what we should do to send out a new Pokemon. So I'll just paste that here. And instead of next Pokemon, we should choose our new Pokemon parameter. So let me just rename all of that. So finally, once we switch the Pokemon, the player's turn is actually over. So I'll just call the enemy move coroutine instead. Alright, and we need to call the switch Pokemon when the Z key is pressed. So in here, before switching the Pokemon, I'll just disable the party screen. And I'll just set the state to busy so that nothing else will happen. And finally, I'll just call the coroutine to switch the Pokemon. And I'll pass the selected member for the new Pokemon. Okay, so we are done with the logic for switching the Pokemons. And next I want to do one more thing. So if the X key is pressed, then I just want to go back to the player action state. Okay, so now let's test if all this is working. So before we test, let me also add few more Pokemons to my party so that we can test our party screen completely. I'll add 5 Pokemons. This one is going to be a Bulbasaur of level 2. And next one is going to be a Bulbasaur of level 5. And the last one is going to be level 6. Okay, so now we should see all these Pokemons in our party screen. Okay, let's test the game now. And let me start a battle. Alright. So if I go to my party screen, we can see all our Pokemons here. And if I try to switch with the current Pokemon, it will show the message you can't switch with the same Pokemon. And if I choose another Pokemon in the party, we'll call back our current Pokemon and send the new one. Okay, so enemy gets a turn since the player's turn is over once he switches the Pokemon. And now I can just fight this Pokemon just like usual. Or I can switch it with another Pokemon. So awesome, we have implemented Pokemon switching in battle. So the one last thing that I want to do is right now, if our current Pokemon faints, we are just sending the next Pokemon, right? But instead, what I want to do is I want to open the party screen and let the player choose the next Pokemon. So in our battle system script, inside the enemy move, if the player Pokemon faints, then we're just switching it with the next healthy Pokemon in the party. Okay, so instead of doing that, I'll just open the party screen and let the player choose the next Pokemon instead. So yeah, we can still use this condition since it will let us know if there are any more healthy Pokemons in our party, and we can actually stop the battle if there aren't any. So right now, when if our player Pokemon faints, we are playing the faint animation and then opening the party screen so that player can select the next Pokemon. But inside our switch Pokemon, we are actually calling back the current Pokemon. But we don't want to do that in case our current Pokemon is fainted, since it has already played the faint animation. So I only want this code to execute if the current Pokemon has not fainted. So I can simply check if player unit dot Pokemon dot HP greater than 0, and I'll only execute all this if this condition is true. Okay, so now let's test this. Alright, I'll just switch to another Pokemon, and once this Pokemon faints, we should go back to our party screen. Okay, so we are back in our party screen, and we won't be able to select this Pokemon since it is fainted. And if we choose another one, we will send that out. So that's working just as we wanted. So we are done with our Pokemon switching feature. So I'll stop the video here. Make sure to leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And you can also support the series in Patreon if you think you have gotten some value out of it and if you can afford it. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.